We got a full exhaust to fabricate for our dually. Master mechanic is lying down on the job right now. Oh. Psych! I guess he's not lying down on the job. He's putting in the work. He's fabricating the exhaust right now. But how about we take you back and we'll show you the old exhaust off this thing first and why it sounded like such a piece of junk. Let's give it to Master Mechanic. He's gonna show us the old exhaust and then he's gonna show us the new exhaust and what we're working with.
So we couldn't take the exhaust leak anymore on this thing. I wanna work the rest of the bugs out of the truck. So we gotta fix this exhaust leak. You can see I got the manifolds already taken off of it. You can see my little makeshift. This is my repair alongside the road right here. My little, the old cap for the filler and a piece of hose going over the oil pan dipstick. Fixed it right up, no more oil leak. It made a mess underneath the car though, underneath the truck. On the other side I'll show you, but this ear right here, it's on here on the passenger too, but it didn't affect the manifold on the passenger side. We got some headers for it. So we're just gonna put some, they're just Summit, cheapy, nothing fancy, just a normal stock, whatever, header for this truck. So we're just gonna put headers on it. Let me show you on the other side here what happened. And I'll show you the manifolds, why this thing sounded so hideous. So here's the driver's side, same deal. It's got the same, it's got the same casting on it, but the manifold on this side didn't like it. You can see all the exhaust around it where it was leaking. So this is parts off of the driver's side. You can see that they reused whoever did the exhaust on, well, I know who did the exhaust on it, but the person that did the exhaust on it, my dad took it to a shop and had it done, but they used some of the old stuff and then they attached it to the new. I'll show that in a second, but this is the, so the passenger manifold is okay. If it worked out, you know, no problems. But this is the driver's side right here, and you can see here where it hit that casting on the block, and it had a little relief for it, but it hit it just right in the corner and it just poked a hole. So that's the hole, which is kind of funny because my dad had, when I cleaned the truck out, it had like onesies of header gaskets, manifold gaskets in the back. Like somebody tried to change the gasket thinking that's what it was. Nobody noticed that they blew a hole in the manifold. This can probably be fixed, but I decided to go with the headers. I thought it'd be cleaner for what I'm gonna do to it. This is a driver's side exhaust here, and you can see how it's got this crazy little divot. Is that my dad had a tranny in here. He put a 4L80 in it because this thing is super low geared. Driving it with a 3-speed, it's like a 55-mile-an-hour truck. For some reason, he got a 4L80, but it was a 4-wheel drive, so he left the transfer case on it and put it in here just to run it out for a 2-wheel drive. So they put the exhaust around the transfer case. So that's why it looks stupid. So I want to reuse most of the exhaust. I wanted to use most of the exhaust pipe possible. All I need is the straight pieces, but this one here is pretty much worthless because the only straight spot has a hanger in it, and it's probably not going to be in a spot where I'm going to be able to attach it. There's a muffler shop around the corner here. Might have to go buy some pieces of material. So it's kind of funny talking about the tranny. This is the actual tranny that was in the truck. Once I found out what my dad had going on, I found a 2-wheel drive case and I rebuilt it to a 2-wheel drive, but it used to be a 4-wheel drive. So it had the output shaft, and you know the difference. You can't just put the tail shaft on it because the output on a 4-wheel drive is shorter, but it's still a manual valve body. Actually, I have this tranny up for sale if you're interested. Little plug right there. If anyone's looking for a manual valve body 4L80, there it is.
There it is, everybody.
There it is. So here's the passenger side. This is the straight portion. We got oil all over it from that oil pan leaking the dipstick. It's a newer piece of pipe, but I'm gonna reuse this straight piece just right here. And then it just had the 2 hangers in the back. This one here, it was just missing a nut. I guess it was easier to put a coat hanger on it than put another nut on the rear, but this one was hanging down. So I didn't want to spend a lot of money on the exhaust. It's more of a temporary because, like I said, we're gonna change the engine down the road and then it's going to be completely different. So a lot of this stuff is just leftover stuff like these U-bends here. This is all off the exhaust stuff that I got for the Nova when I did that, and this is a leftover straight piece. This is what I actually bought this, so I'm gonna tee it in. So it's got reducers. They came with the headers. They reduced it down to 2.5, so I'm gonna do 2.5 off the headers. So one side's pretty much gonna be straight, and then it's gonna tee into the Y here. And then I had another pair of flanges that's going to go on here, so I'll be able to remove the whole H pipe in theory if I want to change a tranny or anything. I had this muffler here that I took off of, I think like a 2020, I can't remember. It must have been a truck, but this thing is ginormous because we want it quiet. I don't think this is off a Yukon because Yukons are shorter. I think it's a truck like a Sierra. I think it's, yeah, the Sierra with the 6.2 in it, and it doesn't have it's universal. It could go either way. There's no inlet, outlet, you know, A, B. flow. So this is gonna be my inlet. It's cut back so close because GM has the valve, the new GMs have the exhaust valve. But this is a brand new, I think this muffler has like 10 miles on it or something. It's off a brand new. Somebody put the GM Performance exhaust on it. And then the tailpipe, I want it on the driver. So if you're up to a sidewalk or something, you're not blowing exhaust on people walking by and everything, you're blowing it into the street. So it's gonna go all the way out the back. So I have the mandrels that go up over the rear end. So this straight piece is the only thing, a 3-inch. So this is where I'm gonna be. So this will be in front of that. So that's gonna determine, you know, where the muffler is gonna be placed and how long the primary off the header tubes are gonna be, pretty much, you could say. There's not enough room for it to sit this way in there between the drive line and the frame. So it's gonna sit in there like this. I can tuck it up into the frame more, and then the outlet is in the center. So it brings it up. So I'm gonna get started. I wanna get these headers on here and see where they come out. We're gonna get started, man. Let's do this.
So nothing, and I mean nothing, hold on, one more time. Nothing bolts right on. Would you like to elaborate, Master Mechanic?
So we got these headers here
For a big block Chevy.
for this truck. They feel really nice.
For a square body.
But the phalanges here, the phalanges hits the head bolts, and you can't go down low enough to start the bolt. The front one started.
See right here. Right there. You can see like the paint is kind of worn off a little bit. A little bit.
And right here.
Hits right there.
And right there.
And it hits right there.
And right there.
And it hits right there.
So hold on a minute. Let me give it a little grinding. All right, so now we got both headers on. Time to make some noise. We can do some cutting and grinding, welding.
Full fabricated exhaust.
Not quite full. It's almost there.
Okay,
We got-
95%.
We got, yeah.
Like 90 to 95.
Maybe 92.
93%.
We got a couple hangers, a couple more hangers to put on.
Yeah, we got a couple more hangers, and we got to go a little bit further out the back for the tailpipe, but
We got it up over the rear end, and that's where it stops.
I would pan over it right now, but it's getting late.
And I made a mess.
To give you an idea, so this the Y pipe you see right here, you can see that the 2-into-1 collector it goes into was bolted on to that straight pipe in the muffler. That's how it all runs, like that. Just think for a second, how do you think this is gonna sound with that big old muffler
2020 muffler.
and with a crate engine 502? How's that gonna sound? Is it gonna be like a new truck? Is it gonna be all or is it gonna be have a
Find
little?
out. Where's the keys?
Is it gonna have a little rump to it? While he finds the keys and opens that door, you think about. Just think, how is this gonna
I'm
sound?
not even gonna open the door. I'm just gonna start it. I want to get all the fumes. I want to.
All right, Master Mechanic. Without further ado, let's hear it. I'm ready. Wow. I can hear myself talking. Listen to that. Listen. No exhaust leak. Look it. No exhaust leak. Wow.
That's definitely a 10. That's a go. That is good stuff. That's 100 times better.
Oh my gosh. What do you think, huh?
That's like perfect. I like
For
it.
your day makeover.
I like it. I like it. It's worth the work. So what do you think of the truck, man? I think this thing turned out amazing. But it's funny stuff though. So we took the old exhaust and everything off and we cut it up. One of the mufflers had shaken it, knocked the the metal shavings out of it, and I heard some rattling. And the pieces for the manifold were inside the muffler. This is what it would have looked like. So here's your hole. Put these pieces back in here. That's pretty much what it's supposed to look like. So
I can't believe it was in the muffler this whole time.
so I made it all the way back to the muffler. I'm just hanging out. So I mean, this could be fixed pretty easily. You could weld that back in. It just must have, I can't see where it hit it at to blow it out, but it must have been over in this corner because it took it out in 2 pieces. Got the pieces to fix the manifold. It's unreal. That was the whole exhaust leak the whole time. But we have no more side pipes, no more Mad Max going on. Now we're all stealthy, so now we'll get it at ride height now. We gotta get it down. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, come on back. Wait till the next thing. See you next time.